Hi, I'm Hyoun Park, and I'm coming to you here from Dreamforce in San Francisco, where I have been looking at Salesforce strategy over the past couple of days. It's been really interesting to see how much Salesforce has embraced generative AI as the part of the future of this company. They are willing to admit that this technology is still in its infancy, yet they have made a lot of investments to ensure that users are able to start using generative AI now. Most notably, they have brought out both Copilot, which is part of their trust layer to provide assistance across all of their 12 clouds, as well as Copilot Studio, which helps with designing prompts, skills, and selecting models, whether you want to use models from the cloud or use Salesforce's proprietary large language models to help support your AI projects. I find this interesting because what we're fundamentally seeing here at Amalgam Insights is that generative AI is a different way of accessing data. The famous quote by Andrei Karpathy saying that English is the hottest new programming language is absolutely true. But from a practical perspective, this means being able to use English as a programming language and understanding the nuances of that language. It means you need to have trusted data as a starting point. You have to have relevant metadata that sorts out this data into technical relevance, into business relevance, as well as transactional relevance. And then we also have to have comprehensive prompts. And these three areas are each different in nature. Trusted data is something that we tend to understand as data that is relevant to our organizations. Relevant metadata starts getting a little bit trickier because you need everything from the metadata that helps support digital performance, all the way to what defines relevant transactions, to what is important from a business perspective, such as if you're in financial services or healthcare or need to use that jargon that is relevant to actually getting work done. So there's that metadata layer, and I think Salesforce is going to be able to provide some interesting value there because of the nature of their vertical offerings, as well as the depth of the transactional support that they provide across all of these different areas, from sales to support to marketing to analytics, et cetera, across all of their clouds. But I think the real challenge here is going to be around comprehensive prompts, where we have been finding out interesting things about how to design a prompt for the enterprise or to get work done. For instance, there's an interesting paper that came out recently that said that to get better results for a math problem, or to solve a math problem step by step, the best way was not simply to provide a prompt that said to solve the problem step by step, but to start by saying, relax, take a deep breath. That seems counterintuitive and maybe makes you think, oh, generative AI is becoming self-aware. But when you think about it from a practical perspective, if you're looking for a description of how to do something and it starts by saying, relax, take a deep breath, it's probably written by somebody who cares about yourself as a human and is going to be more empathic and take step-by-step instructions that are less likely to leave behind beginners. So it's going to be more comprehensive in nature. So there's a logic to that seemingly unrelated comment, and that's the nature of making a comprehensive prompt that reflects the type of content you'll be looking for. And this is still very much a tricky aspect of building prompts, which is why I think it's important that Salesforce is coming out with this Copilot Studio that will help to ground prompts, to be able to provide suggestions for prompts, and to be able to save prompts that are working as a reference point to be able to get the information that you're looking for. And as those prompts get built throughout each of the industries and each of the departments that Salesforce built that supports, this is going to be an important starting point for whatever the next generation of AI is. Those assistants that will be more helpful and more intuitively understand what we're doing. So Salesforce is not just building out capabilities for today associated with generative AI, but in building out what it's doing now, also creating tools that will be useful for your future of AI.